Richard Hayes sat in the doctor's room quietly, but this time, instead of asking questions, he wanted to understand something deeper. Why do people my age suffer so much from back pain? Why me? The doctor leaned back in his chair and spoke calmly, as if he had explained this thousands of times, yet every time it mattered to the person listening. 1. The aging of the spine. What happens inside after 50, Richard, the doctor began. Our spine is like a strong, flexible tree trunk that holds the entire body upright. But after the age of 50, that tree trunk starts aging from the inside. He drew a diagram on the paper. Discs lose water. When Richard was 20, his spinal discs were like soft, watery cushions. They were full of fluid, flexible, springy, youthful. But with age, those discs dry out, like old sponges left in the sun. When discs lose moisture, they shrink, they become thinner. They can't absorb shock. They let bones rub against each other. This drying out is one of the biggest reasons why people in their 50s suddenly feel stiffness in the morning, pain when bending, pressure while sitting, sharp pinches while lifting. Richard listened closely. For the first time, he understood. Pain wasn't random. It was structural. 2. Weakening muscles. The silent enemy, the doctor continued. We all sit too much, Richard. In America, people spend 9 to 10 hours a day sitting, at work, in cars, on couches, watching TV, using phones. When muscles are not used, they become thin, weak, and unresponsive, especially the core and lower back muscles. These muscles are your spine's bodyguards, the doctor said. When they grow weak, your spine carries the entire load alone. A weak core means the spine collapses forward, the lower back arches wrongly, pressure builds up, discs crack faster, nerves become irritated. Richard remembered the years he sat in office chairs, recliners, car seats. Every hour he sat, his muscles slowly forgot how to support him. 3. Weight gain around the belly. The doctor tapped his own stomach. This part, right here, this is where Americans gain most of their weight after 50. Belly fat pulls the body forward, like someone tied a weight to the front of your body. To balance that weight, the lower back has to arch backwards. This creates continuous strain, muscle fatigue, nerve compression, long-term inflammation. Richard now remembered his own belly growing slowly over the years. 4. Posture. The modern American curse. Americans live in a forward-leaning world, leaning over laptops, leaning over steering wheels, leaning over phones, leaning over shopping carts, leaning over while cooking, leaning over when tired. This forward bend posture becomes the default position of the body. When posture collapses, discs press unevenly, spinal joints wear down, nerves get pinched, muscles tighten back, loses stability. Richard realized he too was guilty. Always slouching at his desk, leaning forward while driving, sitting in soft couches that swallowed him whole. 5. Sleeping habits. The nightly damage. Do you know, the doctor asked, that people injure their backs while sleeping? Richard's eyes widened. Many Americans sleep on soft mattresses, use fluffy, uneven pillows, sleep on their stomachs, twist their spine, unknowingly sleep in recliners. All these slowly distort the spine, night after night. A soft mattress bends the back like a hammock. A bad pillow lifts the neck awkwardly. Stomach sleeping twists the lower back dramatically. Richard remembered waking up often with stiffness. Now he knew why. 6. Stress. The hidden cause nobody talks about back pain is not just physical, the doctor added softly. It's also emotional. When people carry stress, worry, financial pressure, family responsibilities, loneliness, work burden, the body reacts. Stress tightens muscles, especially the lower back and neck. This tension reduces blood flow and sends pain signals through the nerves. In America, people between 50 to 60 often face children leaving home, aging parents, career pressure, medical bills, retirement planning. All of this turns emotional weight into physical pain. Richard felt this deeply. He had lived with stress without even noticing. 7. Old injuries returning. The doctor sighed. Richard, your body never forgets an injury. A fall, a sports injury, a car accident, even from decades ago, can return as back pain later in life. Because the spine becomes weaker, old injuries reawaken like old memories. Richard remembered hurting his back at age 28 while lifting a heavy box. He never treated it properly. Now, after decades, the pain had returned. 8. Degenerative joint problems. Nature's slow wear and tear. After 50, many Americans develop arthritis in spine joints, bone spurs, narrowed spinal canal, inflamed nerve passages. These changes happen gradually, like rust forming on old metal. It doesn't cause pain at first, but when it reaches a tipping point, pain suddenly appears, sharp and relentless. Richard now understood why his pain felt mechanical, almost like a piece of machinery breaking down. 9. Lack of daily movement. The doctor walked around the room. Our grandparents moved all day. They walked, they worked outdoors, they bent, lifted, climbed. Modern Americans? He smiled sadly. We sit, click, scroll, swipe, and barely move. Movement keeps the spine healthy. Movement feeds the discs. Movement strengthens muscles. Movement improves blood flow. Without movement, the back becomes stiff, fragile, and unstable. Richard knew this too well. Years of office work had stolen his mobility. 10. The conclusion. Why almost everyone over 50 faces this. The doctor placed his hand on Richard's shoulder. Richard, pain didn't happen overnight. It took years. It took habits. It took lifestyle. It took aging. Your body is not failing you. It is asking you to take care of it. Richard suddenly felt lighter, not physically but emotionally. For the first time, he understood the science, the reasons, the truth behind his suffering. Pain wasn't a mystery anymore. It was a story written by years of life.